The U.S. military evacuated Americans out of the embassy in Yemen, and they are intensifying the hunt for the leaders of the terror plot. So does this mean the risk has increased tonight? ABC's chief foreign affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz tells us what is happening right now.
Today, a U.S. Navy reconnaissance plane circled Yemen's capital, scouring the streets and alleyways below, searching for terrorist operatives behind a plan U.S. intelligence believes involves a strike on the U.S. embassy or other Western targets with explosive-laden trucks. Iona Craig, a freelance journalist in the city, tonight described the eyes in the sky.
It was buzzing over sonar for at least 5 hours. Then there was a break for about an hour or maybe two, and then it was back again.
Taking no chances, the U.S. Air Force airlifted almost all of the U.S. personnel out to safety, leaving only the most essential personnel behind. Tonight, we know this is the man behind the plot, Nasser al-Wahashi, a hardened al-Qaeda leader determined to strike beyond the borders of Yemen to the American homeland. He was behind the underwear bombing plot to bring down a U.S. aircraft. And he just might get help from a large number of maximum security prisoners, many of them al-Qaeda, who have been busted out of jail in recent weeks with the help of heavily armed militants. 500 were freed in Iraq, more than 1,000 from a prison in Libya, and close to 250 from a Pakistani jail. Many could again link up with al-Qaeda.
It's possible they could be suicide bombers. It's possible they could become combatants. Some of them may have capabilities in terms of bomb making, which is always of concern.
These embassies will remain closed through the weekend, but concern about the possibility of an attack before that is very real, Diane, and very urgent.
Continues to be on high alert. And Martha, the other headline in the news today, 11 months after the attack on the consulate in Benghazi, we now know they have brought charges against one accused attacker. What do we know about him?
Well, the charges are sealed, but his name is Ahmed Katala. He's one of those self-formed militia leaders in Libya. He says he is not al-Qaeda, but witnesses say he was organizing fighters at the compound that night in Benghazi. He says he was there but did not cause any violence. But this is a very arrogant guy who was hanging out in luxury hotels right after the attack, but he is in hiding now, Diane.
All right. Thank you, Martha Raddatz. Continue our reporting on the terror front tonight.